Are you struggling to keep up with multiple debt payments every month? Imagine how much easier it would be if you only had to make one monthly payment. That's how things work with debt consolidation plans. And in this video, we're going to dive into that world, talk about what they are, how they work, and how you can decide if they're right for you. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more valuable tips on how to get out of debt for good. For those who don't know me, my name is Ben, and I work at the nonprofit Upsolve. We help people get out of debt and take control of their financial futures. So what is debt consolidation? At its core, debt consolidation is all about streamlining your debt and your payments. It involves combining multiple debts into one single debt where you make one single payment. Often you're going to have lower interest rates, and you're going to have to pay that debt over a shorter term than you would have had to if you'd been paying the creditors directly. Now, not all debts can be included in a debt consolidation plan. So next, let's talk about what types of debts can be included in a consolidation plan. Generally speaking, all unsecured debts like credit cards, personal loans, or medical bills can be consolidated. Now, you can also consolidate your federal student loans, but you need to do that with a federal student loan servicer. You can check out the link in the description for more information on how to consolidate student loans. Now, some types of debt can't be consolidated, and this would be debt that is secured by property or collateral. Think things like car loans or home loans. That said, you may be able to refinance secured debt with the bank in order to get a shorter payment term or a better interest rate, but you can't consolidate secured debt. So now that you know what debt consolidation is and the types of debt that can and can't be consolidated, let's talk about how to actually consolidate debt. There are a few ways to do it, but there's really two common ways to do debt consolidation. The first is to take out a personal loan and to use that money to pay off your higher interest debts. Now, personal loan terms are going to vary by lender, but typically they last between 2 and 7 years. Now, the goal of using a personal loan to pay off all of your higher interest debts is to get a lower interest rate and better payment terms. So you're going to actually have to have a pretty good credit score to make sure that you get that low interest rate. It's also important to note that you probably will have to pay an origination fee in order to get that loan. If you're okay with all those things, a personal loan can be a good option to consolidate and pay off your debt. Another option for consolidating debt is the credit card balance transfer, where you move balances from your high interest credit cards to a lower interest credit card, often at a promotional rate, which can sometimes be 0% for 12 to 18 months. Now, in order to get a really low or 0% APR balance transfer option, you're going to need to have pretty good credit, and you're also going to need to make sure that you repay all of that debt before the end of the promotional term. If you don't, typically the interest rate is going to go back up, and if it goes back up to the same or even higher than the interest rates you were paying before on the cards that you consolidated onto that lower interest credit card, then you're going to be right back where you started. And just like with a personal loan, typically you're going to have to pay a fee in order to consolidate your credit cards, and that's usually called a balance transfer fee. If all those things sound good to you, a credit card balance transfer could be a great way to consolidate your high interest credit cards and get out of debt. But if you're struggling with a personal loan or a credit card balance transfer, you might consider trying to refinance your debt with the lender to get a lower interest rate or better payment terms. Sometimes they're willing to negotiate. Now that you understand how it works, let's talk about the pros and the cons of debt consolidation. Debt consolidation offers several potential benefits. For starters, it can simplify your finances by combining all of your payments into one. It also can get you a lower interest rate and better payment terms, which can save you a lot of money in the long run. Plus, it can help you stay organized and stay on pace with your payments. Now that all sounds great, so what are the cons of debt consolidation? And it does definitely have some drawbacks. One of the biggest downsides is that you need to have a pretty good credit score in order to get a low interest personal loan or a credit card that has a low or no interest balance transfer option. Another potential downside is that if your payment terms are too long on the personal loan or the credit card refinance, then you might actually end up paying even more than you would have paid in the first place, even if your interest rate is lower. And if you use a secured loan, like say a title loan in your car or a home equity loan in order to consolidate your debt, then you're also putting that collateral at risk, because if you don't make your payments, you might lose that collateral. And if you do a credit card balance transfer, remember that you're working on a limited timeline. You have to repay that debt within the promotional terms, or the interest rate is just going to go right back up. So given those pros and cons, who stands to benefit the most from debt consolidation? If you're looking for a way to simplify your debt, you have a good credit score, and you mostly have high interest credit card debt, debt consolidation can be a great option for you. Now, if you don't have great credit, you need a really quick solution, or you're not sure that you can stick with the payment terms of the loan or the credit card balance transfer that you get to pay off your debt, then debt consolidation might not be a good option for you. If that sounds like you, then it might be a better idea to look into a debt settlement plan, debt management plan, or even Chapter 7 bankruptcy. You can check out the other videos in this series to learn more about those options. But if you're not in a hurry, you really want to simplify your debt payments, you have a good credit score, and you mostly have credit card debt, then consolidation can be a great way to get out of debt. Check out our website, upsolve.org, for more information about how to handle your debt like a pro and to see if our free tools can help you on your path to debt-free. Thanks for watching.